Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. My name is James, also known as Mr. Sunday, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Nick Mason.
It's great to be here.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm here. I'm going to talk about the news of the week. We're going to talk about a movie we loved.
Nah.
Oh, we're not going to talk about that movie we loved.
I mean, we'll talk about a movie,
Interesting.
but not that we loved.
Oh.
That's a silly thing to say. He's talking about The Crow, everybody. We're talking about The Crow 2024.
Next week, we're talking Beetlejuice.
Oh, my God. You excited for Beetlejuice? I'm going to have to
really?
watch Beetlejuice
Sure.
first, because I've never seen it.
Beetlejuice 1, they called it at the time.
Okay, cool.
They knew.
They knew.
Bert knew. Old Berto knew. Tizzy Berto.
He
knew.
loves a sequel, doesn't he?
That's right,
He made
yeah.
Batman Returns and
I think he made that against his will.
Yeah, and he made sort of a second Alice in Wonderland, or he had a hand in it.
I don't think he likes sequels at all.
No?
What are you talking about?
Oh, well, how come he's making so many sequels then?
Got to pay for all his divorces.
Well, that makes sense, actually.
Yeah.
Mason.
Go on.
That's not the only thing we're talking about this week. Have you watched Terminator Burning Earth?
No, what's that?
Sorry, no.
You mean Terminator Zero?
Terminator Zero?
Watch 2 episodes of it.
Great. We can talk about that and what we're reading.
Okay.
I meant to say we read Terminator Burning Earth for Big Sandwich, which is our private Patreon kind of service at bigsandwich.co. It's our thing of the week that we did.
That's right.
Last week it was many video games on the Terminator.
This is a comic book from the early 90s?
Yeah, it's like a year before Terminator 2.
Yeah, and it's Alex Ross's first published work.
Yeah, and it's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But is it good?
No.
Is it better than The Crow 2024?
No.
We don't get into that, but
Okay.
that can be
I think
confirmed,
Alex Ross's art is good.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's
But I don't
always
think
good.
it's a good comic book.
Well,
just
agree
a
to
little-
disagree.
It's a little sizzle for the...
Agree to disagree.
A little sizzle for the steak there, folks.
I also didn't love it.
Okay.
Anyways, this is the news of the week before we talk about The Crow.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about the box office for the next Joker movie. It's looking pretty good, but not as good as others.
Okay. Like The Crow, for example.
That's right, for example. We're going to talk about the next Jurassic Park movie.
Oh, also, sorry, folks. If
Sorry.
you're here and you're like, God, why are they talking about The Crow? It's over. It's Crover. You know? It's been out for a week.
Yeah.
We didn't get it last week, probably.
Yeah.
So we're watching it this week.
That's
I
right.
understand society has moved on
Nobody's
as a whole.
talking about The Crow.
Nobody was ever there in the first place. But
Absolutely not.
what else are we going to do? Talk about more episodes of Terminator Zero. We didn't have time to watch them. We were watching The Crow.
I watched all of them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, must be nice.
It was nice. It was nice to sit down and watch them all, Mason.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so Jurassic Park news, what's going on next with that? We've got trailers
Honk.
for Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Super/Man, the Christopher Reeve story.
Mm-hmm.
And we got our first look at the Fantastic Four's Thing. Did you see that?
I did.
He's a man. He's a real man. I mean, he's not a real man. You know what I mean? We'll talk about it. We're going to talk about Gambit, also potentially returning in an MCU something.
Oh, yes.
It's teased as such.
Probably Secret Wars.
Probably Secret Wars. Yeah, I'd imagine so. Oh, my God, I cannot wait.
He's going to say the same thing he said, that unintelligible thing he said in Deadpool and Wolverine, but slightly tweaked.
And everyone's going to be
Secret
like,
Wars.
wow,
Well, that's a
what
new
a
thing they're gonna
throwback
say.
to a thing 2 years ago.
That's right.
People are going to say.
Yeah, that's right.
Time codes below. Collings who edits this, he always makes sure they're there. What a legend. We love him for it, and we forgive him.
That's right, and bless him.
Let's start with this, Mason. This is my box office theory. Now, Joker 2, how Joker got his groove back.
Go on.
According to Box Office Theory, its weekend opening in the US is going to be between $120 and $150 million.
Sounds pretty good.
It's a fairly wide spread.
I guess it is, yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, I could have predicted that. Between $0 and
That's not between
$200
$0.
million.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I'm in the range. It'll probably be in that range.
If you had to put some money on it, would you say closer to $0?
No, I'd probably put closer to the other end of it.
Yeah, right, okay. Mhm.
Yeah.
Sure.
It would be over 100, I would
Bearing
say.
in mind, if you go over,
Yeah.
that's a whammy.
What does that mean? You're going to hit me?
No, it's a whammy. So, I mean, you it'd be safer to stake your reputation on it making $0.
Why can't you go over, though?
Because it's a whammy.
But that's okay, though. Can I get a whammy? Just for once in my life?
I mean, you can, but if you get 3 whammies,
What?
you get murdered.
Oh, no.
Yeah, by Larry Emder.
Larry Emder?
That's right.
Australian TV host Larry Emder.
Correct, yes.
Looks like fucking Guy Smiley. If Guy Smiley got zapped with a ray gun, he turned into a real man.
Yep.
Is that what you're saying is happening to me?
That's what I'm saying, yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I'll fight
Yeah.
I'll fight him.
You don't have a chance to fight him. He's just going to kill you.
Oh, damn it. Anyway.
But anyway, maybe that won't happen.
Yeah, maybe it won't.
Because what I'm saying is if it makes $150 million, you've gone over. You get a whammy. But if it doesn't, you won't get a whammy.
I mean, even if it does the lower end, if it does 120, Joker 1 in its first weekend made $91 million. So that would be good because it's an R-rated comic book movie or just an R-rated movie in general. These often don't have a big opening.
Except for Deadpool and Wolverine just did. So if this doesn't, in the toilet. Failure.
It's number 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Number 2 in the toilet.
Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine made $211 million in its opening weekend and it's still going strong. This weekend it is yet again back at the top of the box office. Beetlejuice will probably take over next week. Beetlejuice, sorry. And then who knows, depending on how that's received, pretty well from what the critics are saying. The critics are saying that maybe it was necessary just a little bit. Maybe it did recapture some of the magic, maybe for some of it.
Okay, sure.
That's what they're saying.
Well, that's all we can hope for these days, isn't it? This IP-branded content, it maybe was necessary to recapture some of the magic.
Did you see that Tim Burton was like, I actually didn't like making Disney movies. I made Dumbo and other things, and I didn't like it. Dude, you work for Warner Brothers. Maybe it's just a better experience in general. I don't know.
Yeah, we get to hang out with the Animaniacs if you work at Warner Brothers.
That's true. Anyway, what do you think?
In their horrible, dank water tower.
Yeah, man, no good. What do you think? Joker, big?
Joker, big.
Do you think, though, big drop-off because of singing? People will be like, I'll see Joker too. Wait a minute.
I mean, I guess we'll know
Wait a minute.
We'll know in real time how fast word of mouth spreads, I guess. Because traditionally, musicals don't do that well. And, they've concealed it pretty well so far.
Yeah.
But how much of a musical is it, though?
Yeah,
Didn't
good
Todd
question.
Phillips say something like, it's not technically a musical, it's just that sometimes some of the characters sing?
Yeah, you're stupid. It's actually a cool movie for rad boys. That's what he said.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's space up the front to do an ollie.
Let me check. Somebody said this to me. This is via comicbook.com.
Okay, sure.
It says Joker 2, Todd Phillips says movie is not a musical.
Okay.
Yeah. I just don't think people, I just don't want people to.
This is him saying this.
To think that it's like In the Heights, where the lady in the bodega starts to sing and then they take it out onto the streets and the police are dancing. No disrespect, because I love In the Heights.
But in Joker 2, the bodega is just for sandwich.
That's right.
It's not for singing, it's just for sandwich.
We asked ourselves, what would need to be true for two people to just break into song in the middle of a conversation? This is Lady Gaga. Where does the music come from? And no one can hear it except but the characters.
Wow.
That is interesting, isn't it? Oh, it says Phillips argued when he said that thing earlier.
Okay.
It's not a musical.
It's not a musical.
It's not like In the Heights, Lin-Manuel Miranda's other thing that he did.
Yeah.
It's this.
Stop saying it's a musical.
Yeah. Anyway, it's not a
Stop
musical, even though it is a musical. But it's not. Don't worry about it.
So anyway, as I was saying, I guess we'll see how fast word of mouth works in real time. But also, is this going to not do as well just because maybe box office was huge for the last one because people thought it was going to be like some huge, edgy,
it stuck around,
world-changing thing, and people were just like, "Oh yeah, it's all right."
People were flipping cars in the street.
They were flipping
for a good
cars
3 years after that movie came out.
Exactly right.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there will be that backlash of like, well, this is not as like the other one and whatever. He didn't shoot Robert De Niro once. Well, Larry already did it.
Yeah.
What do you want him to bring in Al Pacino and shoot Al Pacino?
Yes.
Could shoot all the cast of
and then arrange them like back to back, like on the cover of the VHS for Righteous Kill, the other movie they were in.
Was that from like 2013 or something?
Something like that. Yeah, it was way after Heat.
Too late.
Like, we've got to get them back together.
It's too late.
It was too late.
But it was also before the one where they were all de-aged and it was
before The Irishman, yes.
Yeah, there we go. Great stuff. Anyway, Joker.
And it was before one
Joker
or both
2.
of them was a bad grandpa.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Joker 2. Here's some Jurassic Park 7/Jurassic World 4 news. The title is officially Jurassic World Rebirth.
Interesting.
We saw some first images of Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey, and Mahershala Ali.
Now, what's Jonathan Bailey been in?
He was in Bridgerton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Season 2, maybe?
Sure, okay.
I don't know.
Great, okay.
I've never really got into the Bridgerton. You're a Bridgerton?
Sure. No, I'm not a Bridgerton.
He's been other things, but he was Bridgerton.
You can't accuse us of being
Mr.
the Bridgerton boys.
Mr. Bridgerton.
That's highly unusual, Mr. Bridgerton.
So you've seen it?
Yeah, it's true, I have. Being so sexy is highly unusual, Mr. Bridgerton.
Yeah, it's true. I've heard good things. I should watch it. I'm not against it. It's not a priority. So I got to watch The Crow.
Yep.
Sure. Okay. Here's a synopsis. Oh, do you see in the images? One of them, Mahershala Ali had the flare.
Yeah, the flare. That means the T-Rex is coming.
That means Jurassic Park. Well, maybe. We'll talk about this. So the film will be set 5 years after the events of Jurassic World Dominion. Remember that? All the dinosaurs got out?
Yep.
When the planet's No, sorry, they'd already gotten out, but they were
Yeah.
still out.
They were still out. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm with you. This was after the auction. They did the auction, then they got out, then there was another movie, Now We're Here.
Yes, that's
Okay,
right.
great.
And the last movie was about cockroaches or something.
Cockroach movie, sure. Yeah.
When the planet's ecology is proven largely inhospitable to dinosaurs.
So most of them
So you know
died.
how they all got out?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, most of them died. It's just in pockets.
Basically.
Most of them are still alive in Jurassic Park.
Yes, well, those remaining exist in isolated equatorial environments with climates resembling the ones in which they thrived.
Like Jurassic Park.
That's right. The three most colossal creatures within the typical biosphere hold
they
the
got to
key.
collect 3.
Hold the key to a drug that could have miraculous life-saving benefits to humankind. So they're going to do
Just ketamine,
It's good.
I guess.
It's ketamine and Ozempic together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, wow. It's a super drug.
Wow.
Yeah. Because then you don't have to, use
Do
2
anything.
needles.
Yeah, right.
You put it in the one needle.
Yeah, uh-huh.
It's
Put on your cornflakes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So it sounds like they're going back to Jurassic Park, but again, this
Now
is
let me
Gareth
ask-
Edwards.
Yeah. Now this means they're going to need 3 signature dinosaurs, right, to get them.
Got him here for you, mate.
Is it going to be air, sea, and land?
It might be actually.
Is one the T-Rex?
No. So this is via My Time to Shine Hello on Twitter, who says
Okay.
the primary
Okay.
Okay, just relax. The primary
I will
dinosaurs.
not relax.
Okay.
I'm on edge. That's what makes this podcast so good. I'm always on edge.
It actually makes it worse for me.
I
When you're
know.
on edge. It stresses me out.
But it's a fun balance, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess, but not for me. Again, maybe for everybody else. It's
That's
a bad
right.
time for me. I suffer for this art, the art of podcasting. And it is an art. Some people think it's just talking.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's an art form.
very much an art
It could be
form,
an museum. You just don't know how to do it.
That's right.
They haven't figured it out yet. The technology hasn't caught up.
That's right. Sorry they can't paint the Sistine Chapel with our podcast yet.
Yet.
For one, as soon as they do, you'll enter that room, you'll open there and you'll hear a crack of somebody cracking open a bottle of
Oh,
sugar-free
my
soda
God.
and you'll know it's bloody on, you know?
The primary dinosaurs in Jurassic World Rebirth are the Monosaurus, the Titanosaurus, and the Quetzalcoatlus.
That's a flying one, I'm pretty sure.
It is actually. So this is via a comic book movie. They've figured it out. It's Mosasaurus was a carnivorous aquatic reptile.
Oh,
Is that
that's
the one
from
that
the
was
sea.
in? That's from the other one, right?
The really big one?
Yeah.
The really, really big one?
I liked that really big one. That was a good one.
You're going to have to go inside it, Jonah and the Whale style.
Well, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
The Titanosaurus is a herbivorous
good.
sauropod.
Okay.
Herbivore.
Yeah, you've nailed that.
Who cares? Herbivore, though?
Yeah.
Or eat plants. Eat a man. Eat a man. That's fun.
Sure. Or maybe it's run out of plants.
It might
And
have.
somebody will say, he's run out of plants. That must mean he's going to have to eat a man.
Get the flair.
Yeah.
Get the flair. And the Quetzalcoatlus is a giant pterosaur.
Okay.
Big bird.
All right.
You're right. You know
they're
that.
going to have to go through 3 different environments.
Exactly.
3 different delightful environments to
How
get
many of these do you want to be feathered?
all of them. Yeah.
I have
Finally.
none. Do you reckon BD Wong's going to show up and be like, listen, I'm still sorry for what I did? Or do you reckon he's going to be evil again?
Oh, yeah. He was sorry last time, wasn't he?
They could bring back Samuel L. Jackson, right?
I think they're going to forget what happened in the last one.
I mean, we all did.
Yeah.
But it made $1 billion.
That's true.
Yeah.
You reckon this is the one where they bring Wayne Knight back finally?
He gets acid-faced.
Doesn't mean he's dead.
Doesn't mean he's dead, you're
They
right.
got the can, didn't they?
Yeah, they got
found the can.
Yeah, they could find the Wayne Knight.
That's right.
He did also got mauled in that car.
Nah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, when do you
He
think
found a glove in the glove compartment. He slapped them away. Yeah.
when do you think this is out?
Why is that up to me?
It's just important that you know that. When do you think, if you had to guess?
October 2025.
No, July 2nd, 2025.
I was pretty close.
It's soon though,
But
right?
I did go over, so that's a whammy for me.
That's true. And
that's a shame.
who's that? Fucking Larry Emder's here.
He's not. Why would he be
I
here?
think he's just waiting for you to do it again.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's weird.
Yeah, it
it's
is
weird how he
weird.
turned up. He's
got
like
You
Beetlejuice.
should have a lot going on, I think.
No, he doesn't.
That's
He doesn't
fine.
have anything going on.
Now, back to my main question, the important question.
Yeah.
Is the T-Rex going to show up?
Almost certainly.
Yeah, right?
But I don't know.
Yeah.
The thing apparently can live as long as it needs to
That's right.
be in movies.
Where was it last time? Was it still just in
It
Jurassic
was just
Park?
running around.
Yeah. Does it ever get moved, the original T-Rex?
Yeah, it got out.
Right.
It got out.
How
for a
far
bit.
can it go?
Yeah, how far can it go? Was it? Yeah, it teamed up with the salad fingers dinosaur. It killed that other thing
Yeah.
or
And then
something.
they saluted one another.
Is
and
that
they went
what?
their
Is
separate
that
ways.
is that actually what happened?
I don't know, James. I don't know.
We're gonna cover them for Caravan of Garbage next year. We'll figure it out then.
They're not good enough movies that we remember anything that happened in them.
That is true. We do remember the dinosaur auction.
Yeah.
Again, Gareth Edwards, who I like. I mean, he's really good at shooting things like planning things out where he can shoot it kind of almost on the fly because he knows exactly what he's looking for and then fold that into a movie at the end of it. So why not? And I think they're drawing on like the original writer.
So standard movie making.
Yeah, standard David Quip was back, wrote the first one or something. I don't know. I'm excited. I'll always watch a Jurassic Park / World movie.
Mm-hmm.
Even this one. That's also the month of it's Jurassic Park / World, whatever this is called. And then it's Superman, and then it's Fantastic Four, but it might be the other way around. So it's going to be a big month.
Big month. Do you think somebody's going to move? And is it Fantastic Four?
No, they're about 2 weeks apart each.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think somebody's going to move.
Who?
Fantastic Four.
You should probably.
It won't be finished.
Somebody should move.
Exactly.
Yeah. Trailers ahoy, everybody.
Here come those trailers.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is coming.
Yes.
Dr. Eggman is back, and this time he's brought his dad.
Is it Jeff Daniels? Who is that?
I thought it was Jim Carrey twice. Was it not?
I don't know. I looked up I went on Wikipedia and it didn't say Dr. Eggman's dad.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize him.
I thought it was just Jim Carrey and old man makeup.
I would have got Jeff Daniels. I mean, he's retired.
No,
but Jim Carrey.
Is he retired?
Jim Carrey keeps threatening to retire.
Yeah, he's never.
No, I'm thinking of Daniel Stern. Daniel Stern retired.
Well, he was thinking about Daniel Stern and whether he's retired.
Great question.
Let me check. Comments are turned off. Great. Let me find the next trailer for this.
That's the only time anybody's ever
comments
mad
are turned
that the
off
comments
on this
are turned
one
off.
as well. Yeah. What is happening here?
Well, they're kids.
Kids, I know.
Kid movie trailers.
I just want to find out whether it's Jeff Daniels or not. I just assumed it was Jim Carrey doing dual roles, collecting dual paychecks.
Okay, sure. Would make sense that he and his dad are identical. So
his name's Gerald Robotnik.
Okay.
Apparently. Oh, it's a video called The Truth About Gerald Robotnik by Sonic.
Is he cancelled?
Yeah.
That's gonna be disappointing for us.
It's fucking Jim Carrey. Look at him. Look.
I'm not disputing you.
Look at this.
James, I'm not calling you a liar.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I tried.
You sure did, yeah.
Somebody tweet at Mason, don't tweet at me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Sonic 3. Did you watch the Knuckles television show that came out recently?
No.
It's a bit of fun. My son enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
It was acted as an interquel between Sonic 2 and this.
Oh, so do I have to watch Knuckles?
No.
Do I have to watch Sonic 2 because I didn't watch that either?
Probably.
Okay,
it's not bad. They're better than the Mario movies.
Well, I was going to say, Sonic 1 that I have seen is better than Super Mario Brothers.
Absolutely it is. I think Sonic 2 is even better than Sonic 1. And it introduced Tails and Knuckles. Well, Sonic Tails was introduced in the first, but it's okay.
Yes.
But Shadow the Hedgehog is here.
Okay.
Guess what he doesn't have? His trademark guns.
Not
Ridiculous.
yet.
Not yet.
And he's voiced by Keanu Reeves, so that's fun.
How do you feel about that?
Fun. Good.
Yeah.
Love that.
He's even edgier than Knuckles, who turned up in the last one. And he's got some sort of teleportation situation.
Sure, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or speed.
Well, probably towards the end he's going to teleport into a gun shop and then he'll have all the guns at
Oh,
once.
yeah, that's right.
Is he a clone of Sonic? Is that how this works?
I don't know.
Okay.
Is Shadow the Hedgehog autistic?
Wow.
I don't know about that. What was that the first result that came up? He's not a clone. He's an ultimate life form created by Professor Gerald Robotnik.
Gerald Robotnik?
There we
Just
go.
created him, though, out of nothing.
That's right. I guess. I probably
marbles in a dream.
Probably found a
hedgehog
hair or whatever.
Hedgehog egg, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a clone.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it is.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
I am exactly right. Thank you. I was going to say notable stuff in this trailer. There is a moment where...
yes, he is played by Jim Carrey. I just found it on the official sonicfandom.com/wiki. So go on.
There's a moment where Shadow defeats Knuckles by moving his arm in a way that his arm would naturally go. I don't know if you saw that bit. Pretty exciting.
Pretty exciting.
He goes... Knuckles goes, ah!
My knuckles.
Right?
Yeah, pretty good, isn't
maybe
it?
That's maybe an echidna's...
They got different dexterity.
Yeah, different dexterity, sure.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah. Guess when this is out? You don't actually have
September 2025.
No, it's December 30th? That's not right. December 20th.
Interesting.
Wow,
okay.
a nice Christmas treat.
That is a Christmas treat.
For me.
Is that the tagline?
Yeah.
Sonic 3, a nice Christmas treat.
Listen, you didn't like Craven. Here's something else. A Christmas treat. God. All right, good stuff.
How do we know you didn't like Craven? Come on. Come on. Come on.
We know.
We know.
We all know.
We printed this poster off 10 years ago. We put it in a box and we locked it because we knew in advance.
Another trailer, though, of course, for Super/Man, the Christopher Reeve Story, which is a touching tribute to the great man Christopher Reeve, who, of course, played Superman in 1979 and then for Well, he did 4 movies. Oh, and he showed up in Smallville. And of course, he did other movies also. A tragic accident left him quadriplegic in the mid-90s. Passed away in the early 2000s. Incredible story. I thought the trailer looked amazing. It looked very moving. And he was, for a lot of people, including myself, he was like the first Superman. The first movie I ever saw at cinemas was Superman 4. Yeah, right. It might have been Milo and Otis, but I think it was Superman 4.
Okay. How many dogs died?
In Milo and Otis, so many. Oh, my God.
Okay, well, yeah.
Wait, in Superman 4?
No, I mean, if you count how many dogs died, and if it was like more than like 10, it was Milo and Otis. If it was less, it was Superman 4.
Yeah. It's just about his life and his legacy, and obviously his life did not stop after the accident. No. It's about enduring afterwards.
Lot of interview footage that I had not seen.
No,
he's just he seemed even more charismatic as a real person than as a Superman. So
absolutely, and he didn't like Marlon Brando, and I have nothing but respect for that. Just straight up, he's like, no, he was bad. I didn't like him. He was rude. He was rude. And he took all the money. Yeah. So that's got a limited release. It's out in Australia in a few months. It's in September 21st release in the US and on November 1st in the UK. So yeah, definitely be checking that out. And then it'll presumably come to streaming. Depending on how limited this limited release is, I will check it out, Mason.
Probably very limited.
Hope not. Mason.
Hello.
Fantastic Four First Steps is currently filming and will be out next July. Don't you even worry about it.
I'm a little bit worried.
You don't even need to worry about it. They're going to crunch everybody. They're going to crunch everybody.
Oh, that's true. I'd forgotten about crunching everybody.
They're going to twist their hand the way that Knuckles' hand was twisted.
Fine. I'll do more rendering.
Yeah. Also, there's less shows, so it's fine.
It's
They're
true.
barely doing any Marvel shows at the moment.
Yeah, barely.
Daredevil street level. They basically filmed it all on the day. It's fine.
What are you saying? What are you saying? They're not going to visual effect that thing to hell?
They don't even need to.
They have.
Maybe remove some wires, maybe.
Sure.
If for all the cowards on wires instead of doing real jumps and stunts.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's basically all in camera.
So true, isn't it?
Just use drones and stuff. It's easy.
Seems easy.
Anyway, one of the things that we saw, one of the images that was revealed, and I guess this is a bit of a spoiler, more in terms of how they bring a character to life. But it appears the Thing is somewhat practical, maybe?
Sure, yeah.
Or that's some kind of lighting reference.
Yep, or it's, a combination, like a lot of things. It's maybe, it's he's wearing it in the scenes and they're going to do a little CGI modification over the top, Okay.
It's very brow heavy.
Or it's just that one scene.
Yeah.
They've just trotted it out.
Yeah.
To
get us talking.
Yeah, to get us talking.
And boy, are we.
Oh, it worked.
Did you think it was brow heavy?
It is brow heavy,
It's very 60s kind of inspired.
Yes.
I mean, it's a 60s inspired movie, isn't it?
Sure, yeah.
Also, when you give him the long sleeve T-shirt, you can do less rock stuff.
It's so true, isn't it?
Which is a fun.
What if they give him the trench coat?
Oh, yeah.
They just have to do his little hands.
They
can just buy some Thing hands at the shops.
They could, couldn't they?
I know.
Now, do you think that's...
Do I think?
Do you think? Mm-hmm. Do you think Ebon Moss Burt Bacharach is in the suit? Or do you think...
Yes.
Yeah.
I do think that.
How tall is this guy? 185 centimetres.
That's 6 foot something?
Yeah, 6'1" maybe.
Okay, all right.
Chuck him in heels.
Yeah.
Even better. Even taller.
I like it when the Thing isn't that tall, though.
Doesn't need to be that tall.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. But sometimes he has to be big enough to fight the Hulk.
Yeah, but he could go low, couldn't he?
Sometimes.
Grab his legs.
Sometimes in comics he gets real big, one of which we'll be talking about soon in Comic Book Club.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I like the leaked footage that we saw a brief snippet of this movie. I like the cast. We'll see what happens in July of next year or something, if it comes out, which it will, because they're going to crunch everybody.
Good.
God.
Good.
You're such a naysayer. You're so negative.
I know, right?
Movies can get made.
I should get into the spirit of crunch, shouldn't I?
Exactly. Thank you. Finally.
We should get into the spirit of crunch.
Yeah?
We should do like 10 episodes a week.
I agree. Mm-hmm. God, there's some people who do like movie podcasts every day. I can't even imagine. What are you even talking about? What are you doing?
I don't know, man.
Sometimes I struggle to fill an episode because I'm like, this is all garbage. Does anyone want to know any of this?
I think when
it's the cream of the crop here, Mason.
That is so true, isn't it? Yeah. No crunch here.
No. Go on though.
I think a lot of those podcasts are probably helped along because they often do a video component, so you can just have the guy just sitting and reacting.
Yeah, that's true. Whoa.
Yeah. We'll never woe though. We're never impressed by anything.
God. When was the last time you woed?
Great question.
I don't think he's ever woed.
I did see The Substance. There was some woeing in that.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I just woed. Mason.
Yes.
Last bit of news.
Go on.
It's about Deadpool and Wolverine, the movie that came out.
Uh-huh.
Ryan Reynolds released. Hello, Ollie. It's dog time, everyone.
Well, he was here earlier. I didn't mention it, though.
No? It's real low-key. So there's a scene, the scene that was released on Ryan Reynolds' Instagram.
Go on.
And also, it's in the movie, but it's in one of the screens at the end, apparently.
Oh, it's at some point, sure, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's at the end when he shows the Johnny Storm footage and whatever. We can spoil this at this point, right? And everyone's on social media talking about this.
Everyone in the world's seen it, yeah.
So the tagline or whatever in the video is Whispers, Marvel Sparkle Circle. And we see Gambit.
Go on.
And he walks out, played by Channing Tatum's. And
you're getting a little choked up.
I am a little.
You're getting a little emotional.
I don't want to watch.
Because he's finally achieved his dream of being Gambit, and you thought he was trapped in the void or limbo or whatever.
And you see the reflection in his eyes, and you see the
sparkle circle,
thing happening,
which can now transport you through dimensions and whatever.
Yeah.
So he's probably.
That being said, also in the movie, didn't they say like, yeah, we went and got everybody? I mean, they got Laura Kinney and whatever. So presumably,
yeah, that was interesting because at the end, Deadpool's like, I think. They all helped me out, and I think you should really, get them out of the void. And then it goes to the birthday party or whatever, and they're not there. That was
one
fun.
of them's there.
Yeah.
They went back to their own universes, which may be wherever. I don't even know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's already implied that they all lived and went home or whatever.
Sure.
But do you think this?
And then they all lived and went
home or whatever to their families if they have them. Do you think this indicates that something?
A Gambit solo movie?
Yeah.
No.
Do you think
Secret Wars?
Do you think this is a kind? Yeah, but do you think this is kind of thing where, like, how Ryan Reynolds got Deadpool going?
Oh yeah,
and he's always like, and Channing Tatum's like, I love Ryan Reynolds. He helped me every day.
That's true.
I help him every day. He's my dad. Do you think that's what this is as well? Like, maybe. I mean, I'm not saying he's not going to turn up in Secret Wars. Yeah, he will. But like,
I guess if any, if anything is going to get a Channing Tatum-led Gambit movie made, it is Ryan Reynolds, who just made $1 billion plus with a Deadpool movie, pushing that forward and going, hey, you like this?
Yeah.
Well, how about that?
Yeah. I think, and we talked about this when the movie came out, I think they're just going to fold over whoever people like into a regular X-Men universe. They'll do a universe combined situation. Well, that's what Secret Wars basically is.
Yeah.
And then so you fold in whatever X-Men you choose to.
Yeah. You're a real Secret Wars expert now.
Well, now that I finally read it, yeah, I am actually, Mason. I'm all over it.
Sorry, that seemed rude, but I was very positive about it.
No, you didn't say
you're a real expert now. I'm loving it.
I don't feel like an expert. I feel like you're putting me down. So yeah, I don't know. I think it just means he'll be around. Yeah, for a bit.
Hey, everyone, get out of here, Gambit.
Do you think it is also a thing that maybe Ryan Reynolds sometimes he'll sneak out a thing to get a thing going?
He'll squeak one out?
Yeah, like he did for that Deadpool test footage,
Yeah, but I don't know.
Or do you think he would have had to go to Disney and be like, I'm going to do this, and they went, yes, that's okay? What's his deal?
No, I think very little gets made without the approval of Disney.
And also the thing he leaked wasn't official. Like he didn't have to put it out on his Instagram or whatever. He gave a DVD to a guy on the street or whatever.
That's true.
Or left it at a public space. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Something bigger.
Do you want to see Channing Tatum as Gambit in a full Gambit movie?
Look, man, I don't think we need a Gambit movie.
Right?
But yeah, as an X-Men thing, yeah, sure. They're clearly trying to, or they've got enough pieces in place where they could build an X-Men team or begin to build one. So yeah, fold him into that. Maybe do an X-Men movie and then we'll talk solo movies. All right, Mason.
All right, fine. God.
What about you? Solo movie?
Yeah, I mean, look,
how good's X-Men '97?
Very good.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's room for some lower budget Marvel movies that are kind of like in the realm of Deadpool.
Oh, you're talking streaming.
Yeah,
we're talking streaming special events.
Like a joke.
42 minutes.
Yeah, like a joke movie. Like, you know how Deadpool and Wolverine, like I said when we reviewed it, Deadpool and Wolverine, it's like a Zucker Brothers. It's a parody of the Marvel Universe from within the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, sure.
Just that again, maybe lower budget, and it's Gambit, and he's having a day.
He's having a day.
He's having a day. A day in the life of Gambit.
You could meet Taylor Kitsch.
He can meet Taylor Kitsch.
And go, this is mine now. Get out of here.
Exactly.
Go back to Friday Night Lights, idiot.
That's right.
All right, let's talk about The Crow, I guess.
Okay.
On a budget of $50 million,
whoa,
The Crow managed to take in on its US opening weekend $4.6 million.
Whoa.
And has currently made roughly, give or take, about $11 million at the box office after 2 big weekends all around the world.
2 excruciating weekends.
So, yeah, you're right. I mean, big can be excruciating too.
Sure, absolutely.
Not in this case. It is small and
like
excruciating.
Like straining something out could be excruciating, and it's big. It's big.
So Alex Proyas, who of course directed original Crow.
And other things.
Yeah.
Gods of Egypt.
Yep, and other things. He took to Facebook, and this is via Comic Book Movie, and he said, wow, Box office is a bloodbath.
Do you think when he said wow, he was being sarcastic?
No.
Okay.
I think he means it. I thought the remake was a cynical cash grab. Not much cash to grab, it seems.
Uh-oh.
The Crow is not just a movie. Brandon Lee died making it, and it was finished as a testament to his lost brilliance and tragic loss. It is his legacy. That's how it should remain. How do you feel about that as an idea of... I mean, there's already been
Sounds like
sequels
somebody's
to The Crow.
crowing about his version of The Crow.
Yeah. I mean, he did make a good version of The Crow.
He did, that's actually true.
He also directed Dark City.
That's true.
He also directed The Crow.
We've talked about Dark City on the podcast Total Reboot.
That is true. We did.
We did. We talked about it.
With Alexi and Cam.
Right.
He also directed Garage Days.
Yeah, I remember Garage Days. Kick Gurry is in that.
Kick Gurry is in that. He directed I, Robot.
Kick Gurry isn't in that.
Kick Gurry's not in that one.
But some nice kicks are in the movie
That's
I,
true.
Robot.
And he directed
Vintage Converse.
He directed Canoeing. Do you remember that
I
Nicolas
remember
Cage one
Canoeing,
where
of
he
course.
canoed?
Yeah, he canoe all sorts of things, yeah. He was canoeing down that river.
Was
if you
he?
recall. Yeah. And he always canoe when there was a hazard coming up.
Wow, that must be nice to canoe something.
Was that the one where he canoed 2 minutes ahead or whatever? Or
No,
was a
that
different
was
movie?
Connexed.
I don't know.
Canoeing was where he had Prophecy of the Future.
I haven't seen Canoeing, I don't think.
Yes, you have.
Which
Pretty
one
sure-
has Jessica Biel in it?
Connexed.
I've seen Connexed,
Yeah,
but I haven't
cool.
seen Canoeing.
Nah, well, you should watch them as a double feature in whatever order.
Great.
No, I probably watch Canoeing last because that's the one where the world ends at the end or something.
Yeah. And then you can pretend they're in the same universe.
That's right.
Two guys who look like Nicolas Cage, but they're different guys.
So, do you think The Crow is this property that should not be touched, though?
No.
Yeah. I don't feel that way either.
No.
Yeah. Cano? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there have been direct-to-DVD sequels or whatever were they all direct-to-DVD? I don't know if they were, actually. But,
There was City of Angels.
Yes.
Mark Dacascos was involved.
that's right.
with
There
one of
was
them, at
The
least.
Crow Stairway to Heaven was a Canadian tally movie. There was The Crow Salvation.
Also, if you've read the original James O'Barr Crow comic books, it's not always Eric Draven.
Everyone gets a chance to be the Crow.
Maybe to a lot of people, you don't want to reboot that particular story.
That's
but
right.
The rest of them are fair game.
God.
Or, original concepts are fair game.
A crow comes down and goes, "You're the Crow now." And you go,
yes. Everybody gets a go.
everyone gets a go to be the Crow. Well, this went through like,
Have a go at being the Crow. Yeah, we've been talking about this for years.
yeah, Bradley Cooper was going to be it, Jason Momoa was going to be it, but now I think he wants to wear different eye makeup and be Lobo or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been, the last one was The Crow Wicked Prayer, which had, that was the one with Edward Furlong.
Huh.
So yeah, and Tara Reid and David Boreanaz.
Whoa.
He's always fighting the supernatural.
Yes, isn't he? Or while being the supernatural.
Yeah. So what do you think the story was?
Oh, come on. Have you seen the original Crow?
Yep.
From 1990 whatever?
Yep.
Pretty good. Pretty much like
It's like that, except it takes way longer to get to it.
that.
Way longer.
But on the other hand, you do get more of the relationship. You know what I mean?
The Crow-lationship.
The Crow-lationship, exactly. Okay, so...
I think there's too much relationship.
Okay.
I think we got it fairly
Interesting.
early on.
But is that because you've seen the original The Crow?
No, I think because I've seen
James,
relationships.
let me tell you what the story was.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
what do you think
so
it was?
FKA Twigs plays Shelley.
Sure.
And she is a woman and she's on the run from somebody and then she runs into the cops and she's got drugs on her. So they bag her up and they take her to a facility, like
Yep.
a rehabilitation facility. And there she meets Eric, who's played by Bill Skarsgård.
Yep.
And they fall in love and they're like, let's escape together. Let's get the heck out of here. Because
We love it.
The guys are coming from
We love
nowhere.
each other and it's
then
not just the drugs.
Then they escape and they fall in love and then Shelley is killed.
Yep.
Spoiler alert, but if you've seen the trailer or the previous movie.
Yeah. Any of them.
And so is Eric, but then he gets the Crow powers. He's like, I better be the Crow, I guess.
And he meets a dude in the afterlife at a train station. He's like, what is this, fucking Harry Potter? And he goes, no, this is the Crow. You've got Crow powers.
Yeah.
But maybe not all of the Crow powers yet or something. You have to believe in yourself to truly know the Crow.
Yeah, that's right.
And unfortunately, there's a man who can tell people what to do. And he doesn't like the Crow.
It's Danny Houston.
He is. He's back.
Who's made a
he loves being
a 30 to 50 year career out of being a genial looking
Supernatural
man
dad.
who's a supernatural evil dad. And good on him, you know?
God bless him.
Every movie needs that.
I
As far
agree.
as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's bad in this. I think
I think
it's a pretty
FKA
solid
Twigs
cast.
especially is good.
I think it's a very solid cast. I just think I think the love story element goes for way too long, which probably would have been all right if it was interspersed with something else.
Bursts of incredible violence.
Burst of incredible violence, and there is bursts of incredible violence in the last like 20 minutes of this. I also I got to a point where it's like I don't care for this twee bohemian lifestyle they keep showing.
Interesting. Okay.
They're both like teen goth Emily running around together.
I thought you wouldn't like that.
They're
pastel emos is what they are.
Yeah,
they're Gen Z or something.
I don't know if
you hate
I don't even think they are.
You hate them because they're young.
I think
cool
Bill Skarsgård is like 3 years younger than I am.
I think he's
No, he's 34.
Okay.
So he's a few more years than 3. He's not that much younger than I am.
Uh-huh.
But they're like, hello, young man. And I'm like, come on, this is like 36. He's not, he's 34. But he's tall. I'll give him that.
That's true.
So yeah, I don't know. I just think, I understand that the love story element of The Crow, it's absolutely essential to the revenge element of it, to getting the audience on board. I completely agree with it. But I just think... This could have been like 90 minutes. He could have knocked half an hour of that. And then even when like he gets the crow powers and he comes back and he's like, I'm the crow now. I'm the crow now, bitch.
Nice.
And then he's like walking.
I'm the crow now, no cap.
Yeah.
For real.
This could have been a sequel. Why is he fucking Eric Draven again? No one's craving for Eric Draven.
Because nobody's watching The Crow.
Well, nobody remembers the name Eric Draven. If you've seen the first Crow. It was 150 years ago.
I don't think they even say Eric Draven in it.
Okay.
Here's the thing.
You could even be like, there was a crow and he was cool.
Well, see, that's the thing. Would you rather this movie or would you rather a scene where our new...
You're right, he's just called Eric.
Yeah. Would you rather a scene in this movie where this character, whose name is Young Gravy, he's played by Young Gravy,
nice,
and he meets... And Brandon Lee shows up, a deep fake version of
Absolutely
Brandon Lee
not. Yeah. Obviously don't do that. That's a nightmare.
It seems like
just being like...
You're hanging out for that is what you're saying.
Just the idea that, you can connect it and pay homage in a way that's not absolutely fucking distasteful. It is possible. So like...
Well, I know, but I don't think this movie inherently was distasteful.
I know. I think they wanted to be like, this is a clean reboot of The Crow. But like, if you wanted to bring in... Look, I don't think this was ever going to do well. I think it...
Yeah, look, I like you were saying, I see what you're saying about the it took too long to get going. I didn't feel the length of the love story. Like I was like, oh, this is going by pretty quickly. I don't mind this.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm fascinated with what young people are up to.
They're not that young, Mason.
I know, but we're pretending it's movie magic. We're pretending that they're 19 or whatever. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe I don't know. Or they're like 30-year-old.
She's 36. What are we doing?
She looks great.
They both look great.
They look incredible.
They both look much younger than us.
Wonderful skin.
Agreed.
That's how you can put all the tattoos on them because they've got a great bed of skin going already.
A bed of skin.
Like they've got a great bed of skin.
It's called a canvas, Mason.
Okay.
It's a human body. Get used to it.
It's called a tarp, is what it is. A tarp of skin. Anyway, I didn't feel the length of the love story. I thought it went by at a very nice pace. And then I felt the connection. I'm like, oh, I like, this is a bit of fun.
I agree.
Yeah.
But again, I got it. And then when he became the Crow, as I was saying, he's having more flashbacks to how much they're kissing each other through a silk curtain or whatever. It's like, I remember this.
Through a tarp, James.
Through a tarp, yeah.
This movie's about tarps. You don't seem to get that.
Yeah.
Once you adjust your mindset to know this movie's all about tarps,
you're right.
You get it.
Yeah. But also, I think that's not the only thing wrong with this. I think... here's something I liked. I like the way that when he is damaged and the way he heals, like it's painful.
Yes.
He's not getting riddled with bullets and then like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
He's like pushing his parts back together to heal.
He's having to push his intestines back in and get the sword out or whatever it is.
Yeah. It hurts just as much.
Yeah. I mean, having not seen the original Crow in a number of years, I think we did a commentary on it some years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I remember Brandon Lee's The Crow. He seems to be having too much fun murdering people.
That's okay.
All right.
He's having a good time.
Okay.
He's Heath Ledger's jokering it.
I guess he is. That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the action in this was pretty good. There's a scene,
I agree.
There's a scene at the opera, which I thought was...
it happens at the end of the movie.
Back end of the movie.
Back end of the movie. Last 20 minutes, I'm looking at my watch. I'm like, I'm out of here in 15 minutes. Is something going to happen?
Okay.
Is something going to happen, or is he going to fall into a train station through a puddle again?
Maybe.
Yeah, he does. Spoilers. I didn't like it.
Okay. Did you like it enough to say it's the worst movie ever, though?
No, it is the worst movie ever.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's the best movie ever. It's not. I'm not recommending this.
I'm saying it's the best movie ever.
That's crazy.
I think, yeah. It's crazy.
That's crazy, mate.
It's crazy what I've said there. But I stand by it. I think that again, believed in the relationship. I thought the action was pretty solid. I think the
action is, I agree.
The scene in the opera, he's not. It's a believable struggle, I think.
Yeah, he's not even skilled.
Yeah.
He's
he's not
invincible and he takes a fair time. Yeah, he doesn't suddenly know kung fu.
And he feels pain.
Yeah.
And I like there's the element to this. So in the first one, the conceit is there's a particular crow that has carried his soul from the grave back to the real world. And if that crow is killed or injured, he feels the harm of that.
Yeah.
That wasn't part of this, but what his invincibility in this movie is based on, does he believe in the love he has for FKA Twigs? And if he doubts himself, then he's not invincible anymore. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I didn't mind that either.
Anyway, big spoilers?
Big spoilers. Yeah, he should have just believed in himself more. Yeah. Also, there's a bit at the start. So the reason that she's on the run is because there's a video that's going around. Her friend calls and goes, I got that video. Yeah. We're finally going to get Danny Houston.
Yep.
Because he's made a deal with the devil or something where he's got a special voice. And if he uses his special voice on you, he'll make you do your darkest secret desire.
That's right.
Which is normally just to stab somebody or whatever.
Or yourself.
Or kill yourself. Mm-hmm. So it turns out that I'm like, oh, wow.
Do you reckon he just goes, hey, man, if you stab yourself, I'll give you $50. I'll give you $50.
And then he doesn't.
Yeah, I got a pineapple in my pocket right here for you, mate. You want to see? You see this pineapple, mate? You can have it. Yeah, $50. Just kidding.
He enjoys corrupting like pure souls or seeing what he can get out of people. Which, sure, he loves it. And he's apparently been doing it. I like that they don't really delve into it, but he's been doing it for a while. It seems like he's hundreds of years old.
I like the idea that it's a supernatural world in addition to just there being the crow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like in the last one, it was just, this is a regular world, but here's the crow. But I like that there was a little bit more.
Absolutely. I agree. Yeah, there's something there's other deities or entities or whatever. There's other things going on.
There's other dads.
There's other
Danny
dads
Houston,
out there.
for example.
Yeah. But the video, you finally see what the video is, and he whispers something to her, and she gets up and she stabs somebody. And like that video just shows her stabbing somebody. It doesn't prove Danny Houston
that's true.
did anything. I don't know what you thought you were going to do with that video aside from get yourself arrested.
He could have leaned into her ear and gone, "Hey, don't do that. If you don't stab that woman, I'll give you $50. I got a pineapple here.
It's the easiest $50 you'll ever make. Not stabbing a person.
Actually, I don't have a pineapple, but I got 2 lobsters and I got a 10.
Oh, hello.
So,
there you go.
Still $50. Still spends that, doesn't
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's
He's
right.
talking Australian currency, everybody. If you don't know, money is coloured.
No, you're right, and it's also one of those things where it's like this video will this is going to bring him down for good. Why don't you put it on the internet then?
Yeah,
exactly.
It is the year, at least 2010. It seems.
Seems that way. Yeah.
I don't know what year it is. I don't know.
Based on the soundtrack, it's about 2014. I think.
Yeah, man. And the action at the end. So again, he's not a man of violence. You learn that early on because he's in a drug rehabilitation facility, and there's a moment where like 20 people are shouting at him, and he's just like, I don't know, man.
Maybe I'll just be sad in a corner.
I just like having abs.
Yeah,
that's all I want.
Right. That's right.
Just for show, not for crow. He said.
That's exactly right.
And and then so
because I'm so youthful because I'm 19, I've got abs. I don't have to work at them. I'm not 34, and I've had to go on an insane regimen.
So it ends up.
I'm so hydrated, but you can still see my abs.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I've just been drinking water all day.
Yeah.
You do feel that in the struggle. It reminded me of what's that Dev Patel movie we saw earlier this year?
Monkey Man.
Yeah, where like it's a guy struggling. Like he's got some abilities, but that he's invincible.
He's invincible, for example. Yeah,
but he can still like be hurt. Yeah, but he uses the fact that he can't be killed to his advantage to injure and maim others.
This is R-rated in the US, I assume.
I assume so.
Because there's a lot of effing and jeffing.
A lot of blood.
And people are getting their limbs chopped off.
Yeah.
One guy gets a sword through the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of horizontally.
I think there's a good like 90 minutes in this that you could really turn it in.
Oh, that could be a passion project of yours.
Yeah, that would be a passion project of mine. But even that stuff of like, I don't believe in myself or her. And then it's like, well, you should. And he's like, all right, I will. Even he fell for the video that was supposed to show Danny Houston.
Jeez, this is crook.
Yeah, it is crook, mate.
He killed a lady.
Yeah. And by then they switch because he makes a deal to get extra crow abilities.
And extra credit.
Yep, that's
on
right.
On
his assignment, which is to kill everybody by trading his soul for hers.
Yes, because when Danny Houston gets somebody to kill themselves, he then like laps at their blood and then they go to hell instead of him. So if the crow kills Danny Houston, all the FKA Twigs will go to heaven.
That's right.
But he won't.
Yeah, she won't just be floating in a river or whatever she's been doing for most of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, so she comes alive at the end, and the guy who's driving Eric Draven
sure.
around.
Yeah.
He's also there, and he's like, "You're alive," and he's alive, and this is back in time, but not because they wake up where they were murdered together.
That's correct. Yes.
For some reason.
Yeah.
For some supernatural reason, I assume. It's got to be something supernatural. And this is my
Which suggests that the Crow can like completely bend reality and reverse time.
Yeah, man.
Superman style. Do you think the Crow flew around the world?
Yeah, the Crow
really, really
flapped
fast?
his arms and he flew around the world.
Reverse
twice.
time. Or went back in time.
Yeah, whatever it works. And yeah, my note just here is this is the last time we'll see the Crow.
Ouch.
The Crow is over. I think we could get
It's
a Crow.
Crover?
It's Crover. It's Crover. I think we could get a Crow TV show.
Sure.
And which will
TV Crow.
Yeah, which will reinvent the Crow. I would even like to see what you said. Maybe every episode there's a different The Crow, you know?
Yeah.
Or different season there's a different The Crow.
The streaming services would like that because they wouldn't have to pay one actor a bunch of times and then they'd get.
You have to pay Nathan Fillion all the time.
Exactly.
Making the rookie.
Yeah, that's right.
God, can you imagine how much money Nathan Fillion is making?
So much.
God.
So much he can do a bit part in a Superman
He's
movie.
doing a bit part
as
now.
The stupidest Green Lantern. Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think we'll get more Crow?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
No.
Unless also, like...
That's a no to the Crow.
Where are the comics at with the Crow?
I don't know.
Who makes that?
James O'Barr, but I don't know. I think it's probably published through a bunch of different people.
Yeah. Caliber Comics at one point.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, but it's been through Caliber Press, Kitchen Sink Press, Image Comics, IDW, and Sumerian. So it's,
Blue Monkey Graphics, Saber's Edge, Fantagraphics.
Oh, yeah, so there's a first in July 2024, Sumerian Comics revealed at San Diego Comic-Con they'll be taking over the license to reprint stories as well as publish new stories. So that's where we're at with The Crow.
Yes.
As of so far. Great. Anyway, I got some reviews here.
Go on.
This one's from RC Dominion, who says, #WeeklyPlanetPod on Twitter.
That's us.
The Crow had one cool scene that didn't make up for the rest of the dreadfully slow 2 hours Brandon Lee performances. The Crow is a clear inspiration for Heath Ledger's Joker, and Jared Leto's Joker looks like Bill Skarsgård's version of the Crow. Weird coincidence?
Yes.
Maybe. It's from Ruckle. It's from Russell Michaels, who says, the Crow was dreadful.
Thanks, Ruckle.
Outside of one cool action scene, the movie is fundamentally terrible, overly complicated, and boring. One of the worst remakes ever. Boy Kills World was much better.
Ouch.
Which I also have not seen.
I didn't see that either.
Yeah, but I've heard it's better than this, according to
Ruckle.
Mr.
Ruckle. Mr.
Ruckle. Yeah. So, God, I mean, we've been talking about The Crow, I reckon, for as long as this show has been.
Yeah.
So over 10 years now, and this is it. You finally got it.
We clocked The Crow. We got to the end of The Crow.
God,
and I think that's wonderful.
It is, isn't it?
And that means we get to ascend to heaven.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Like The Crow?
Yeah.
Or does he live at that train station now?
I think he's mostly a train station guy.
Dumbledore's ghost and
if you're
baby.
getting off at a train station, there's a guy there, and he's like, "Hey, that guy, guy saved his girlfriend from going to hell."
I'll say this: look pretty good.
It does look good.
Yeah, look pretty good.
Yeah.
Who directed this?
Some guy.
Could be a woman. You don't know.
No, it's definitely a guy. I remember.
You don't know.
The credits. No, I looked at the credits and I'm like,
so
is it
sexist.
William something?
William Gibson.
No.
Rupert Saunders. He's directed good stuff.
Okay.
Has he?
Maybe. Name a thing.
Snow White and the Huntsman.
Didn't see it.
Ghost in the Shell.
I don't hate it.
Rub and Tug.
What?
This is the movie he made called Rub and Tug.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he did an episode of Foundation.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So he's done 3. He's done Snow White and the Huntsman, he did Ghost in the Shell and The Crow.
And Rub and Tug.
And Rub and Tug, which is, I don't know why that came up on Google, but I'm not seeing much going up
Maybe
here.
don't Google it. Maybe don't do any additional Googling on that name.
No, it looks like one of those teen comedy fucking movies from 2002 or whatever.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mason, let's move on.
I would argue, though, that none of this is really anybody's fault. I think in a better market that people would go, oh, yeah, we'll go to the movies. The Crow's on. It's pretty all right.
Yeah, okay.
All right, you know?
Yeah, fair enough. So you wish this made $1 billion?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe the next one will.
God, what a return on investment. $50 million and then $1 billion return.
Exactly.
Wouldn't mind that.
Wouldn't mind that at all.
And then they give me all the money. That's what I'd like. If I can name my own terms here, I wish this movie did $1 billion and they gave most of it to me.
They could.
Not all, I'm not greedy.
No, yeah.
Not
half.
greedy.
You'll take half.
Yeah.
They could go again. I mean, you think about it as in ROI, your return on investment and that.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable gamble to make.
So
$50 million for $1 billion?
Maybe make $1
and
billion.
Mason gets half?
Yeah.
You're still making a lot of money.
You're still $450 million up. You're doing great.
Yep,
You know?
I agree.
I'll throw some of that to James O'Barr.
And
you
me?
know? Yeah, sure. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next segment of the show.
All right.
What's it called?
Let's go what we're reading.
What?
What we going to read.
What? I'm doing the thing. What are we reading today? Okay.
Okay.
Let's talk about something that's good and I liked.
Okay.
And
The
is
Crow?
good.
This is the big reveal where you reveal you love The Crow?
Why would I like The Crow? I didn't like it.
Interesting.
I want to talk about Terminator Zero. It came to Netflix. 8 episodes, I think, maybe 9. I don't know.
Okay.
It's a Terminator anime created and written and etc. by Matt Tomlinson.
Okay.
He did an uncredited rewrite on The Batman, and he's writing on The Batman Part
Hey, speaking
2.
of The Batman.
The Batman?
I don't know if you saw this tweet.
Just about
I'm
a
gonna
game
find-
or something?
No. This is a tweet from Miguel Santana da Silva, who I believe did some of the production on The Batman.
Batman's a good movie.
Somebody tweeted, don't think there's been more groundbreaking work under the comic book movie umbrella in the last decade than #The Batman. And then Miguel wrote, good opportunity to mention that when composing the look of Gotham in the sunset scene, I took a small amount of inspiration from the rooftop matte painting in The Room, which actually vibes so much harder than it has any right to. Isn't that crazy?
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun inspiration. See, inspiration can come from everywhere, Mason.
That's right, even
and
The
it
Room.
should. Even The Room.
Even The Crow?
No. Even the original Crow, sure.
Yeah, sure.
There's some things to like in New Crow.
Agreed.
It's set in Japan in 1997, but it's also set in the future of 2022, but it's the Terminator future, so it's not the past.
So it's marginally worse than
yeah, that's
the
right.
2022 we experienced.
Absolutely. So there's a guy, and he's in Japan, and he's like, I need to create a rival AI because I'm pretty sure there's a big Terminator future happening.
Okay.
But of course, in doing so...
Can he be morose? Can he be quite morose?
He's very morose,
Can he be like, when his kids are like, can we have some fun? Can he be like, no, you
it's
can't
Judgment
have any
Day
fun.
literally today, no.
Yeah.
And they're like, you said we'd go to the park. And he's like, why would I have said that on Judgment Day of all days?
Can we get an ice cream? I did say we could get an ice cream on Judgment Day, so all right, you've got me there.
So
I don't want to be a party pooper on Judgment Day.
No.
We'll get ice cream. We can only get frozen yogurt on Judgment Day.
Bugged.
Anyway,
So
carry
the
on.
Terminator is sent back to kill him or something.
A classic Terminator.
And a protector is sent back to kill him or something. Or
Who's
not
a
kill
lady.
him. That's right. One thing I like about this is
I've only watched 2 episodes, but
yeah,
we
that's
go
okay. I won't spoil all of it.
Okay.
I think it looks incredible. I think the action is amazing.
Yep.
I think it makes because the main Terminator in this, it's just pretty much one T-800.
Okay.
And I think it does a really good job of making them really dangerous and threatening again, like they were in the first movie.
Yes,
And just that thing of like being slowly chipped away in this unstoppable killing machine. But this also happens in the background of a Judgment Day from a completely different perspective in a different city.
Oh, from the Terminator's perspective.
We get the Terminator,
good.
but also in Japan.
Oh, yeah, right.
There's things going on in Japan which is separate than things that have happened and will happen in other parts of the world. So at its core, like it is a very basic Terminator story, but I think the way it interweaves like a lot of different elements and characters and time periods and causality and all of these different things.
Yeah.
And AI, because people love that right now.
They do, it's true.
I think it's a really interesting show, and I think it pretty much does everything it's supposed to
Now,
do.
having watched the first 2 episodes, would you say it's a little slow paced?
No, I won't.
Okay, you
I
won't
won't
say
say
that.
it. I'd say The Crow is.
That's the benchmark, isn't it?
I think your brain is slow paced.
I know,
you
it
think
is.
The Crow is good and this isn't.
I didn't say
Mason.
it wasn't good. I
That's
said
what I
I enjoyed
think.
what I saw so far.
Yeah, you're gonna finish it though.
Yeah, I think I'll finish
Cool.
it. Yeah.
I like it a lot. I think it's gonna say a lot of fun. No,
Not fun.
not fun at all.
Yeah.
there's a-
Except when you're getting frozen yogurt on
Sure.
the day of the Judgment Day.
Rather ice cream or whatever. There's also a lot of people just getting murdered, and people you'd be like, that guy should. The Terminator stepped on his ribcage and crushed him.
Yeah.
He's dead now.
He is dead.
Well worth a look. Will it get a sequel? It might, because it sort of leaves it open, but also it's the Terminator, and maybe this is it. And then another timeline happens, etc. and so forth.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Anyway, Terminator Zero.
Yeah.
Check it out at your local video store.
How would you say it compares to the other live action, or to the live action Sarah
Terminator
Connor
Z-
Chronicles?
It's not dissimilar because there is like, it's like peripheral characters and events going on. That also deals with like an AI which could potentially do more save humanity.
Sure.
It's like, you just accidentally making Skynet though again? Like, does this contribute to it?
We are accidentally making. We are secretly doing it on
It's
purpose.
not. Yeah, it's not dissimilar. Yeah, it compares favorably, I would say.
Very cool.
They're both things that I enjoy.
I'll give it a finish.
Check it out and finish
if I have time, I've got to watch Beetlejuice.
Go watch Beetlejuice twice.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Save your money. Just watch Beetlejuice at home twice, the first one.
Cool. Speaking of comic books,
yeah,
we both read 2015's Secret Wars.
We did.
So that's Jonathan Hickman and Isard Ribic, I think is how you pronounce his name. And it's what is going to somewhat inspire the upcoming Avengers movies in the next few years.
Having read this for the first time, I did purchase it years ago.
Yeah, right.
And at the start, I'm like, I don't think I'm into this. I really enjoyed it, and there's so much of this they could definitely do.
Because we read the trade paperback, which spins off from a couple of other things.
Yeah.
So
which I haven't read.
Yeah,
probably,
Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four run, and I think maybe a Thor run, and also the Ultimate Universe Ultimatum. So but you don't really need to read all those.
No.
You get the gist eventually.
I think it felt to me the start bogged down in a bunch of that, but then it's fine.
But speaking of comic books that won't bog you down,
what's the
James,
thing that you recommended to me?
So I read the first issue of an Image Comics book called The Power Fantasy, written by Kieran Gillen, who people will know from Die, which is Sad Dungeons and Dragons, and The Wicked and Divine, which is Gods on Earth, and it's illustrated by Caspar Wingard, who I'm not familiar with, but great art. And basically the premise is it's set in 1999 in an alternate Earth. And on this Earth, since the 60s, there have been people called atomics, who are people that have sort of little superpowers, sparklies on the fingertips, what have you.
Yeah.
But also there are 6 people who are superpowered, which is in this universe is a technical term for someone who has the equivalent power of the United States nuclear stockpile.
Right.
So there's 6 of them from around the world, and they're all doing their own thing. And essentially the survival of the Earth depends on them not getting at odds with each other.
Oh, okay.
So it's like this real
it's
delicate
a nuclear arms race.
Yeah, it's a nuclear arms race, but it's essentially it's Akira if there were 6 Akiras.
So it's pettiness.
It's a little bit of pettiness.
I literally just purchased it just then.
It's real good. It's really.
I mean, he's great, so that's not a surprise.
Yeah. I'm gonna look up Caspar Wingard. I'm gonna see what they're up to. Yeah, it's just it's really kind of high science fiction kind of vibe, kind of high concept science fiction vibe, really.
Caspar Wingard did Night Terrors, Batman Detective Comics Volume 2 something, Catwoman Fear State.
Oh, yeah.
Ghostbusters Back in Town, which is based on the newer Ghostbusters movies.
Yeah, right, okay.
Oh, we did some Dr. Aphra, or they did...
Oh, yeah, Transformers, all sorts of stuff, yeah. Good. Anyway, I think it's a good jumping on point for this series. I don't know how long it's going to go. I don't know if it's a 4-issue series or a 6 or it's on ongoing or what have you, but I think it's
Seems like
cool.
It's going to be ongoing.
It's got cool concepts and likable characters, and they're all having a clash. And the thing what's good with it is it's
do they have different powers?
They do, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So one's stretchy.
Yeah, one's stretchy.
One's sassy.
One's really not stretchy.
Oh.
Yeah, one's sassy.
Like really not stretchy, like as a regular person, or less stretchy?
Even less stretchy than
wow.
that. Yeah, that's right.
God.
And what is good about it is it's a new universe, so they're not beholden to any.
They can kill Batman.
They can kill Batman. They kill Batman in the first issue.
Good.
There's no rules, and they don't have to send it back to a status quo at the end of the storyline or whatever. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
That is great stuff.
I agree. Mason, should we do letters?
I think we should do letters.
I'm ready to go.
I'm also pretty much
home.
I'm practically ready to go. You're already home.
Practically.
Yeah.
This guy talking practicalities for once in his life. Can't even bloody change a tyre.
Mason, I can change a tyre.
Yeah, good. I need you to change my tyre. That was a trick.
God. But I don't want to change a tyre. That's
you said you can.
I said I can. It's different. It's different. And I hurt my leg.
Did you?
Yep.
Good.
Wow. Changing too many tyres for too many old ladies.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
All right, should we move on to what, letters?
Letters. I'll do letters. I'll do the letters.
Just the tyre first.
Right. Hang on. Let's do a brief pause. Hey, James, how's that new tyre I put
Mason,
on your car?
You're doing a comical pause, but I need you to actually change the tyre, right? All
right, off we go. Okay, James, I've done the tyre.
I'm not doing the skit. I think you should really change the tyre.
Wow. You don't have the RACV? They'll do it for you.
No, I want you to do it.
Great.
All right.
If I hurt my foot, does that count as work cover?
Yes.
Oh, great. All right. So you'll pay me out to not do the podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man, I'm going to sabotage this. Anyway, let's do letters now.
Let's do it.
Here's the letters then. The classic one was letters, oh letters, we love you. Some letters, they're only a day away. We're going to hear right now. We're going to do letters. Side note, James.
Hello.
The Mr. Sunday Movies goat puppet has been put into a drawer.
Yeah.
Like it's sitting on a. You've. Video's popped up.
I didn't do that.
Huh. Well, it's very neat now.
I agree. I like it.
It used to be just slumped on a seat or on the floor or something.
Yeah. It's like held.
It's held
up.
He looks
beautiful.
Looks profesh. Yeah. And he's got an arm out to be like, oh, what am I like? You know?
Is someone going to change this tire or what? That's what it looks like.
Right.
Yeah. If you do want to reach the show, you can simply hashtag #WeeklyPlanetPod on Twitter or shoot a Gmail to weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com. Or I'm putting questions in the Great Mates group because Twitter sucks.
Oh, yeah.
What do you have in terms of letters this week, Mason?
Oh, here's an email from Luke.
Luke.
He spells his name Lukke, so maybe it's Lukke.
Is that like Luke, as in
Might be
like
like
Luke from Star Wars?
Yeah, maybe.
Or clone Luke?
Hi, James and Mason. I saw some Twitter discourse this week. I saw this also. Stating that the secret to casting a good Batman is to cast an actor who could have also played a good Joker. I think this is true for Keaton Bale and Bat, but do you believe this rule could also apply vice versa? Would an actor who's played a good Joker also make a good Bruce Wayne or Batman?
That's interesting.
With love from Sierra Leone, Luke. P.S. Please, can you shout out my brother Tom? We live in different countries, but we both listen to the pod every week and always talk about the Weekly Planet. Thank you.
Is it TOMM?
No, it's just regular Tom.
I don't know what's happening in this family.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a very interesting theory that I like. I mean, Ben Affleck couldn't play the Joker.
No.
I don't think.
He certainly couldn't play the, what's that guy's name? The guy we hate.
Daredevil?
No, the guy. He sucks. You know, your mate. He's your best mate.
Jared Leto.
He could play Jared Leto's Joker.
Yeah, I guess he could.
No, I'm saying he couldn't.
Oh, he couldn't?
I don't think
I think he could. Who cares?
Okay.
Who cares? That's not to say that he's a bad Batman.
Yeah.
I just think that this doesn't apply to him.
Yeah, right.
I don't think Clooney would be a good Joker either.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Luke here has covered all the bases. Like Nicholson, I don't think would be a good Bruce Wayne. Depending on the era, I suppose, and what we're looking for.
Yeah. I guess, maybe in the 70s. I think Adam West could do the Joker.
You think so?
Definitely.
All right. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the two that stand out the most, though, are Keaton and Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
I think those are the most Joker-coded.
Yeah.
Where you could flip. Well, like Cillian Murphy was up for the Batman before he got Scarecrow.
That's true, yeah.
Like these things do happen.
And Barry Keoghan.
Oh, yeah.
He's maybe the Joker ongoing.
He's maybe the Joker ongoing.
Could he be a good Batman?
I don't know.
He feels more like a Robin.
He does feel like a little Robin man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's probably too old for Robin now.
Yeah, he could be old Robin.
He could be old Robin. I'm older than you, Batman.
Is it?
What about that? Robin, but I'm older than Batman.
Would be funny.
I mean, Chris O'Donnell did it, didn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm older than you, Batman. I'll live with you now.
I'm older and taller and bigger. I'll get you. That works in the sense that they often say, well, the Joker is an evil mirror of the Batman. So
yeah, sure.
You need someone who seems like they understand the perspective.
Yeah.
I've shown you those photos of Robert Pattinson recently. He did like a crazy
gelled
90s
up.
photo shoot.
Yeah.
Where he's looking all
slick and gelled up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I looked at those. I agree.
You did, yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Could Clooney do another villain? What's another Batman villain?
He could do a Two-Face.
He could do a Two-Face.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
He could do a Clayface.
He could do a Hush.
He could definitely do a Hush.
Yeah.
He'd be a good Hush, actually. He could show up in the Flash at the end and go,
He's not, because he doesn't, like Clooney doesn't really work heavily made up, I don't think. So
if he ever has been.
No. So like he couldn't, I was thinking maybe a Hugo Strange, but I don't think that works.
No.
That's too, like Hugo Strange is too.
Yeah.
He's too gnarled. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Depending. Sometimes he's a big buff man. Though.
Well, yeah, but he looks like, Hugo Strange, I think, is supposed to look like just a kind of like a gnarled intellectual who's roided himself out.
Yeah, okay,
bit,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
fair enough, yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's an interesting question, though. I quite like that. Mason, this is from Eamon. This is from the Great Mates Group, who says, what's a project that you would see with the James Bond franchise, which isn't just another Bond movie? I want to see Old Man Bond, standalone movie with Dalton or Brosnan. I don't mind that at all.
Now, we've read a comic book called King of Spies, right?
Yes.
By Mark Miller.
Which is pretty much
and illustrated by I can't remember.
Yeah.
And that is...
Old Man Brosnan.
It is exactly, the art is exactly of a bearded Brosnan in his current age who's who's a former spy in the vein of James Bond, who's realized that all the stuff he did back in the day, all the heads of state he toppled, and it was all nonsense, and he's going to get revenge on everybody. That's really interesting.
I agree.
But I wonder if you present that to Pierce Brosnan, does he go, "This is incredible," or does he pass it to his lawyers and they go, "Don't ever do that"?
I think he would be interested in it. I think there's a few Brosnan movies like post Bond which are kind of like, this is kind of James Bond.
Taylor of Panama.
You know? Yeah, there you go. There's an example of a movie I haven't seen.
Which maybe came out while he was Bond. I can't remember.
I don't know. Thomas Crown Affair, which did come out while he was Bond.
That's right.
I guess I'm not really interested in like a James Bond spin-off M or Q series or anything like that. I like the idea of maybe a more disposable set of 00 agents.
Yeah, sure.
Because you kind of you know, focus on a minor one who's just kind of having a worse time of it.
Yeah, I think we talked about when No Time to Die came out, that I really felt it was that point in the series of the Daniel Craig series where the support team had really gelled.
Yeah,
because we got M was properly involved, and we got Q, and Miss Moneypenny was there, and we got Tanner and those guys, Rafe Fiennes, and I'm like, I would like to see them work together post Bond, but we're never going to get that.
Yeah,
but I would have loved to see that, and you do bring in the Bonds, you bring in, or you do a side call, and 009 comes in for his Aston Martin, and Bond has stolen it. He's gone rogue.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I guess I'm just sitting around all day, aren't I? Because, again, we don't know how many 00s there are, but you would think that they're getting into just as many death-defying scrapes as Bond
You'd
is.
hope so.
You'd hope so.
Getting your money's worth.
Or they're just keeping their heads down, maybe.
Maybe they are, yeah. He's the lunatic one. He's the one you push out into the field more.
Maybe there's a bunch of 00s that are just they've scurried their way into like really long-term undercover assignments in Jamaica or Hawaii or something like that, and
they're just getting drunk.
Yeah, they're like, oh, no movement. No movement from the bad guys. I better stay here for another month.
Didn't see a goddamn thing.
Yeah, nothing's happened so far.
It'd be interesting to know, like, if they're assigning assignments to specific Bonds who are good at specific things.
Yeah.
So, like,
karate.
One's the karate one.
One's the karate one. We need you to take down a corrupt karate tournament, 003. All right, I am good at karate.
Like they've got...
Because Bond was good at poker. That's why they got him to do Casino Royale.
Like maybe there's like a finance guy, who's just working at corporate finance.
Forensic accountancy, that's his thing.
Like the accountant, Ben Affleck.
Yes.
But, a James Bond fella. I don't know. Not MGM, whoever owns Bond.
MGM Amazon.
Yeah, but it's the Broccoli family that have
Eon Productions.
Yeah, they have the final say in everything. And that's why there's not a million James Bond movies and spin-offs and TV shows. And I like that because it's one of the few properties that and this will probably change, that's not just constant spin-offs and opportunities to make whatever else. It's just like you want to do it right. You want to have a good idea, Yeah.
Was there a second part of that question?
It's just like the idea of an old standalone Dalton or Brosnan.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah. Something that's just not another Bond movie.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Maybe you do a parody, not another Bond movie.
Yeah, I would like to see the MI6 spin-off. Yeah. But,
I don't.
And I love the idea of, and again, like maybe we could have gotten this at the height of Bond mania or something like that. But I always love in a any kind of show where the supporting cast have to step up.
Yeah.
I always love that.
Absolutely.
There was a show, I mean, speaking of, Jennifer Garner, who was in Deadpool.
Yeah.
She was in the show Alias.
Yes.
And she's the #1 super spy and she's great at everything. But there's a few episodes where like she's,
at a
busy.
karate tournament.
She's at a karate tournament.
Yeah, man.
And the rest of the, whenever anybody's like, I'm not a field agent. What am I doing?
Yeah.
What am I freaking doing? But they have to be the field agent.
Yeah.
Really good. Get Q out there. You remember when he went to the Alps?
Oh, yeah, he went to the Alps.
And he's like, I've got to get into this door really quickly. And he did.
I got to get into this door really quickly.
He got into that door.
What a sequence.
Yeah, right?
What an action. Are you talking about New Q?
Yeah, New Q.
In the newest one?
Yeah.
I should watch that movie again.
No, I'm thinking, which one was it? It was one of the later ones. Bond has to go to a
chalet?
Yeah, and that's where he meets Lea Seydoux.
Oh, so it would be the one before the last one.
Yeah, it might have been Spectre.
Spectre.
Or Skyfall.
Skyfall.
Yeah,
I think it's Spectre.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Good question. Anyway, what's up for you now?
This is from Joseph.
Joseph.
This is Joseph says, working on a TV show for the first time.
Whoa, TV.
Long-time listener from Dallas, Texas. I've been listening to podcasts for years while I go to film school. Tomorrow I get to work on a PA on a show called Lioness on Paramount Plus. Zoe Saldana's in that.
Lioness Paramount Plus.
It's like Special Forces, but it's Zoe Saldana. Very excited, even if it is just Paramount. Hey, Paramount.
Come on, Paramount's got some good stuff.
Got some good stuff.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, can't think of anything, but I bet they do.
Goddamn. Ooh.
This got me thinking, if you could be a fly on the wall of any TV show or movie while it's being filmed, which one would you want to see?
Goddamn.
Can we do past stuff? Because anything that was a disaster.
Gilligan's Island.
The TV show.
Yeah, I want to know who's drunk. All of them.
All of them. You don't need to know.
I want to see it, though.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
Anything disastrous would be good.
Do you want to be on a fun set? But if you're not in the fun, you're just watching, is that fun? Like, I'd imagine, like, filming, like, The American Office would be a fun thing to kind of...
Oh, yeah.
Just to watch some outtakes. But then again, if you're there day to day, maybe you're like, this sucks.
I would love to be...
Go on. I was going to say...
I would love to be a fly on the wall at any modern Marvel movie, I think.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Just because I want to see... If I can just...
What's
nobody knows I'm there. Nobody knows I'm there. So I just want to listen to all the phone calls and the meetings and people just going, I really want to know just
who's running the show.
Who's running the show and just who's going. Just do it in post. Just do it in post. It's fine. You know?
Yeah. I'm heading to the UK soon. You know that.
I do know that.
So we've got one more show before I go, and then we're taking a little break. But we'll put some stuff up. Don't worry about it. But Collins is organising this. I don't think it's going to happen because we got an email about...
A Bucks party?
Yeah, a Bucks party. Interviewing the cast and the director of Transformers 1.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I'm like, great, sure. Normally I wouldn't, but my son loves Transformers, and I'm like, it'd be cool. I'll go and do it and be like, well, was it being Bumblebee or whatever? I'll fucking do it. But like...
Your son would be excited if you interviewed Optimus Prime, but he would have no interest in it.
No, he knows who it is. He's old enough to know. But anyway, why I really want to do it, aside from that, is one of the opportunities you can have is to talk to Lorenzo Di Bonaventura, who people might know is the producer on every Transformers movie and all the G.I. Joe movies. And I just want to sit down and just be like, just explain how we got here.
Yeah, absolutely.
What bleeds one movie into the other? Like, when did you know to move away from the Michael Bay stuff?
Yeah,
right. I genuinely just want to be like, just explain yourself.
Yeah.
And not in a derogatory way.
Yeah.
I would love to know. And that's
you just put a gun on the table and you're like, explain yourself.
And look, I know that maybe that's not the thing that like is commercially viable, but that is the thing that is of most interest to me.
Because what I would
it's also probably not going to happen.
No, and I also would imagine there are some very strict rules, especially because it's a kids' movie.
Yeah.
What you are and are not allowed to ask people, and if they're probably like, don't ask about flops, don't ask about this, don't ask about personal stuff, don't ask about controversy, whatever it is. And so you'd have to kind of thread that needle. Because if you say the wrong thing, they're like, well, I think this is over. So
one of the things that, because you had to do this application form, which again, Collins helped out with, it's like, what's the gimmick or what's the thing to make the fun thing? Like they want hot ones, basically.
Yeah.
And I just wrote, I just want to chat. I don't know. Is that okay?
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the right answer because I haven't heard anything back. I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah.
You should send a follow-up. It's like...
I'm going to bring in a dog and I'm going to shoot it and see how everyone reacts.
We're calling it dog ones. And there's an asterisk and it says ones is short for deaths. That's what we mean. When we say we've done a dog one, I mean I've killed a dog.
Oh,
I want to see what you do.
Anyway.
Yeah.
What do you got? Or is that me?
It's
me. What have I got?
Yeah.
It's from Alex Funder who says, this year I propose Sonic Timber to get your son hyped for Sonic 3. You can play the classic Sonic games, read the comics, watch the cartoons. There's so much great Sonic content. And if your son loved the Turtles, I'm sure he'll love the Blue Hedgehog too. Thoughts? He's got a lot of Sonic stuff. He's got a couple of Sonic games and likes the movies. He watched the Knuckles spin-off, got a few toys and bits and pieces. So yeah, I'll Sonic Timber. Maybe we'll play some Sonic games at bigsandwich.co.
Let's play Sonic.
Original Sonic. Probably Sonic 2.
I never really got the original Sonic games.
You prefer Sonic 2?
No, it's
you
just
prefer
like
3D Sonic.
No, I was more a Mario guy. But I remember when Sonic came out on the Mega Drive / Genesis.
Yeah.
You'd start the game and you just floor it and then you'd be at the end of the level. And I'm like, I don't understand.
Well, later on you floor it and you hit a crab.
Oh, interesting.
So it kind of, they're not as, this is something I'd never realized as a kid, but like Mario, there's a real like there's a flow to it and a balance, but Sonic is like it punishes you for running fast.
But you're Sonic.
It's like you didn't see that crab, and it's like, yeah, you made me go 100 miles an hour over this ramp. Of course, I didn't see it.
It's a cruel universe.
Yeah, I think that there's a reason why Sonic didn't translate into 3Ds because like at its core, it's not as strong as Mario is, and it's not as universal in its application. Anyway, Sonic Timber.
You know what? I would love to be on the fly on the wall for the movie Die Another Day. The James Bond movie. Speaking of Bond movies.
Why that one in
I don't
particular?
know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a disaster that would be fun. God. Like that island of Dr. Moreau.
Dr. Moreau, yeah. The Room would be a good one. I'd fly on the wall.
Yeah.
That, I mean, there's plenty of like first-hand anecdotes about that particular, but it'd be crazy to be.
It would be.
Yeah,
you could hang out in Vancouver and watch every episode of the CW DC stuff. You could just hang out and watch every episode be filmed. Just in the cold.
Oh, absolutely. just Stephen and Mel do chin-ups, absolutely.
49 weeks of the year just out in the cold.
Yeah. That is so true. And here's an email. Here's one more email from Charlie. Who says, Oasis or no way, sis. Hello, boys.
I don't have a sister.
That's true.
So go on.
That you know about.
Yeah.
As you may have seen, Oasis are getting back together for the next year for a new tour. Made me wonder whether either of you two have any thoughts on this. If not, is there a band or artist that has broken up that you would love to see get back together? Love the pod. Also, I think there are more doors than windows. From Charlie.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to talk about that.
The doors and windows. No, okay, right. That discourse
I don't want to
finished.
talk about it.
That has been swept from the internet.
That's right.
Boy, Oasis are back.
Yeah.
And I wonder. I'm very curious because for people that don't know, Noel and Liam Gallagher, the two founding members of Oasis, had a long-standing beef for literally more than a decade.
Years, maybe?
Yeah, at least probably 15
Yeah.
years. They've said a lot of really awful things about each other.
But they're brothers. It's
well,
fine.
see, here's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. And they're like, and they've done solo stuff, and they've not got back together. Now they're like, we're back, and they're charging like £350 a ticket or something.
Yeah,
like it's been crazy. I've seen. There was the last couple of days. There's some really hectic stuff where people have been in a queue on their computer or on their phone or whatever for like hours, and then it turns out the ticket they wanted to buy, which was £150, is now like £350.
Oh my God. So it's got that dynamic pricing.
Yeah. So
I hate that.
They've been like, oh yeah, due to demand, it's actually gone up £200. And a lot of people, I saw this because there's going to be gigs in Manchester because that's where they're from.
Yeah,
and a lot of people who'd booked holidays in Manchester for just that time, just by coincidence. There. No. They've had their hotel stays unbooked. They're like, due to a computer error, we double booked and you can't book this anymore. But if you want to rebook, it's 3 times the price. So it's great. Mayhem. But
that's great, mate.
I wouldn't say I'm super invested in Oasis. I do find them fascinating.
Yeah.
But I'm very curious as to what, and I don't know if we'll ever get the real answer as to why they're back together now.
Yeah.
Like,
surely it's not the money, right?
It might be.
Yeah, it might be.
Well, I mean
it seems to be.
Well, here's the thing as well, though. Like, they would have to run out of money at the same time.
Yeah.
Because if one of them ran out of money and then went to the other one and went, hey, I'm skint, I don't have a quid.
Yeah.
You know, the other one would just publicly go, look at my idiot brother. He's skint, he doesn't have a quid. Let's all point and laugh at him. So my guess is they both have the same accountant, and they got CC'd in an email, and the accountant said, okay, in 5 years, if you keep spending like this, you're going to run out of money.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to do this tour now.
God, I hope that's it.
Yeah. Or this has been a bit for 15 years. Like they just decided.
It might just be.
It would not shock me.
Keep the mystery going.
It would not shock me even slightly if they went, yeah, we wanted to do solo stuff.
Yeah.
And people wouldn't believe we just felt like doing that. So we decided to pretend we hate each other for 15 years.
That's interesting. Also, like, there is a different relationship with like a family member.
Yeah.
Where you can just like talk absolute shit to and about them and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's totally okay.
You can literally just go to the next family function and go, sorry about that. And they go, that's fine.
I don't know what you're talking about, honestly. Yeah. Fascinating stuff, Mason.
Yeah. Is there a band or artist that has broken up that you would love to see back together?
I've got a list here from Far Out Magazine. They said the Sex Pistols.
Did you do that article in Far Out Magazine?
That's right, I did. The Sex Pistols?
No, not
didn't
interested.
give a shit.
No.
Black Sabbath? Oh, yeah.
They still tour, I think.
Yeah. Spaceman 3?
Spaceman 3, okay.
I don't know about that. The Lars?
What?
The Jam?
No.
The fuck is the Talking Heads?
Uh,
Nirvana? He died. No, that's
Yeah.
not on here. The REMs?
the REMs.
Yeah.
Didn't know they'd broken up. the REMs.
Outcast?
Sure. I mean, Andre 3000 is mostly doing flute stuff now.
There you go. Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
And Young?
And Young.
Thank you.
Sorry,
How
Mason.
dare you?
Yeah.
Not
the
really.
Kinks, the White Stripes, Rage
No,
Against the Machine,
no.
Genesis,
The only one, I mean,
Guns N' Roses, but original recipe.
no.
Mm.
See, none of these would move me to buy a ticket. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Somebody would go, "Oh, Guns N' Roses got back together." I'd be like, "Huh,
Who cares?
okay, sure."
Who cares?
Right?
Are they going to play Chinese democracy?
Also, good luck to anybody who bought an Oasis ticket for like 6 months into the tour.
Yeah.
Like, if they haven't broken up, then I'll be astounded.
Unless it's a bit.
Yeah, unless it is a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, even Fleetwood Mac still tour. Like,
Yeah,
even
well, that's
though-
right.
I mean, you whenever I see, you remember when there was that show Daisy Jones and the Six, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a crazy rock and roll band. What about the hijinks they go up to? You cannot compare that to
Absolutely
Fleetwood
not.
Mac.
No.
Like no even fictional.
They're all alive as well, aren't they?
No, who died?
Not Mac.
No, Mac didn't die.
Thank God. He's my favorite.
It was the lady who wrote "You Make Loving Fun," which is the song she wrote about the lighting technician she was having an affair with.
Okay.
That she made her husband, who was also in the band, play every night while they were in Fleetwood Mac, and she said it was about her dog. What's her name?
That's mean, actually.
It is mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing about Fleetwood Mac, though. It was just them having affairs and
Yeah,
then writing
writing
about
songs.
it and being a band.
And then making them sing the songs.
Yeah,
Yeah. Good band, though.
good band.
Yeah.
Christine McVie, she
There you
passed
go.
away.
Yeah. Christine McVie, R.I.P.
Thank you. It's a wonderful and
Did you say
respectful
that's
tribute.
a fitting tribute,
I
right?
think it was.
Because it rhymes.
I think it was wonderful. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know. It would take a lot for me to go to any gig, really.
Yeah,
of like,
right, uh-huh.
There's people that I would see, but like something like Oasis, who I like, you couldn't get me within 100 fucking miles of that concert.
No.
Like, absolutely
No,
not.
absolutely not. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about 1200 Techniques?
Sure. He was
Area
also
7?
He was also the genie
The
from
Tim Tam
Tim
Genie,
Tam
yes.
Genie. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I'd see Area 7.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
28 days.
Later,
No.
the band.
Yes.
Then yes.
Okay, terrific.
There's this other dad at school.
Right.
And he's always telling me, I think he's got it in his head
Yes.
that I like very specific and niche Australian rock music.
Grinspoon.
Yeah, so he tells me about these
The
very
Cruel
specific,
Sea.
yeah, specific gigs of these bands.
Who Am I?
Yeah, like Jebediah.
Jebediah,
Like
they
you
were
said,
at the
Area
forum the other
7,
day.
Body Jar.
Jebediah were at the
whatever.
forum. No, they were at the corner. Jebediah were at the corner with Magic Dirt.
Yeah. And I liked a lot of those bands, but I'm like, dude, why?
Because you're men of a certain
why are you
age.
always talking to
It's
me
assumed, James. You're a man of a certain age, all right?
You should ask me about movies, Mason.
Yeah, all right.
No, I don't like that either.
No.
Well, movies are good. I don't fucking know.
The Crow. Go see The Crow. Just burn that bridge straight away. Go see The Crow, whatever. I don't care.
If a normal person is like, what movies? I'm like, listen, I know too much about this.
We know
This is a
too much
bad
and simultaneously nothing.
Yeah, this is a bad conversation for you.
We
so
know-
I'm just not going to do it.
We've seen so many movies that our opinion is now worth nothing. I cannot recommend anything that a normal person would like. I don't know. Have you ever heard of Tubi?
Yeah, that's a
There
good
should
one.
be a random button on Tubi and you just get whatever.
Absolutely, yeah. Alrighty. Got one more, Mason, from Tyler Clark, who said, what was the meal you always dreaded eating when you were a child? I hated avocado. Like, couldn't stomach it at all. Now I'm fine with it.
I love avocado now.
I like it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I won't go out of my way, but yeah, I can eat it.
Yeah.
I still can't eat coriander. Like, it's still like, it's like poison.
Interesting.
I'm-
Yeah, I don't
got
like it.
that.
I don't
I got
love
that
it.
thing that some people have.
Never liked a sun-dried tomato.
No,
Because that when we were children, that was a certain
they were
era.
a big thing for a
Yeah.
time. I'll do a cherry tomato or a sun-dried tomato.
Yeah.
So oily.
Didn't like mushrooms, love them now.
Yeah, I like mushrooms. Were you eating them raw as a kid, though?
No.
Yeah, you got to
I
cook them.
was eating them not at all.
You got to
really.
cook them,
Yeah.
Mason.
But now I could do either.
Is that because of all the butter and garlic and salt, though?
I don't know. I don't know anything, James.
That's all right. You don't have to know anything. All you need to know is how to wrap up this show.
Was there another part of that question?
No, just what food?
I had another thought.
Another thought?
Give me the question again.
Something food that you didn't like as a kid.
Oh.
Or meal. A meal?
A meal.
A succulent Chinese meal.
Ah, bless him.
Yeah,
We miss him.
we do.
I had another thought, but it's gone, so it doesn't matter.
Yo!
Come back with it later.
Okay, we will.
Folks, thank you so much for listening. We absolutely appreciate it. Thank you for telling your friends about it, the podcast, that is, because that is how we get new listeners.
That's true.
And thank you for giving us a 5-star review. You can almost certainly do it in the podcast catcher of your choice.
Yeah.
And if you do so, James will read it out for you.
Okay, I got
Ross.
one here. This is from Sofu by Samurai. It says, it's so good. Discovered these guys through Caravan and Garbage. I'm not sure if they're naturally very funny or I just enjoy their accents. It's a great question.
It's mostly the accents, I'm pretty sure.
Either way,
It's a real edge, the accent, I'll tell you what.
Isn't it? Either way, I strongly recommend their content. There's a big reason why we're more more known in the US and the UK and Canada.
Our
than we are
stupid
here.
voices.
Yeah, that's right.
Mates.
And this is from Bee's Knees, who says,
Cobber.
yeah. Sorry, this is from D's Zeitler, who says B and then says Bean Knees.
Okay, sure, I get it. No, absolutely
We
not.
don't have to get it
Yeah, that's true.
to get a good goddamn review, Mason.
Folks, if you want to get into contact with us, you can go to weeklyplanetpod@gmail.com. You can go to the Planet Broadcasting Great Mates Facebook group. You can go to the Weekly Planet Podcast subreddit and Discord. You can go to all of those places for fun, civil chats about podcasts and pop culture. Thank you to Sarabi and Maisie and Fidel for moderating those forums and doing our Weekly Planet Clips channel and doing the Weekly Planet TikTok
my God.
and all sorts of stuff. If you want to follow some people on the socials, first follow our friend Rob Collins. He's at Raw Collins on Twitter. He's at The Weekly Planet on Twitter. He edits this podcast. He makes little videos. He keeps you up to date on all things The Weekly
He'll
Planet.
let you know.
He'll let you know.
But leave him alone also.
Yeah, also leave him alone. If you've got a problem.
People try to summon him like Beetlejuice sometimes.
Yeah. Right. Use Chat GPT.
Yeah,
or we should make Collins GPT.
I agree.
You know?
You just mean make him work harder.
No, I mean we just name an AI bot.
Oh, okay.
Collins, and it doesn't know anything.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
We do not expend any effort on it. You just ask it a question.
Yeah.
And it'll give you a wrong answer.
give you a wrong answer.
That's right.
Cool. And then you get in trouble.
And you get into trouble. You think that's funny?
We do.
You can follow me on Twitter at Wikipedia Brown, and on Instagram, I'm Nick Maso. James is Mr. Sunday Movies everywhere. If you want to support the show, you go to patreon.com/Mr. Sunday Movies.
Chucking a buck.
Chucking a buck or an amount you would not miss. Otherwise, you can go to bigsandwich.co, sign up for $9 per month. Bonus podcast, movie commentaries, early videos, video game let's plays, and so much more.
It's cheap as chips.
It's cheap as chips.
Not
If chips were $9.
Well, sometimes they are actually.
Minimum chips is
is
quite-
crazy now.
it's
Especially
quite-
if you get a bit of flake with that or
Yeah, yeah.
whatever, some potato cakes, maybe a dim sim. Yuck.
It's like 40, 50
Yeah,
bucks.
it's ridiculous.
Crazy.
It's ridiculous. They say it's inflation, but it's not.
Yeah.
They're just jacking up the price, Mason. And I think you know that.
I
You
do know.
something.
I know.
You know something that I don't.
Yeah?
I don't know.
No, I don't know either.
No, he doesn't know anything.
How about this? Thank you to the Bruce and the Basilisk and Rackham for all the musical themes. And if you want to buy a T-shirt, you go to tpublic.com. Search for The Weekly Planet.
tpublic.com.
But if you're in the UK and you're going to see James, there's going to be some merch.
Yeah, or
Buy a
something.
T-shirt.
I don't know.
I've seen it. I've seen the design.
Yeah,
It's
it looks
cool.
good. I don't know how the
It's
deal
cool.
with it. I don't know what the deal with it is.
Okay, right.
Someone will figure it out.
Yeah, just hand Jackson and Joel some money and
they'll figure
sort
it out
for you.
Yeah, but make sure tell them to give it to me though.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Absolutely.
just give it straight to me. It's fine.
Yeah, just give us money. If you see us on the street, give us money.
That's right. All right, is that everything?
That's the whole show. Next week, once again, Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
We're going to have a fun time, probably.
I don't know.
I'm not going to rewatch Beetlejuice.
I'm gonna watch Beetlejuice.
Terrific. You can tell me all about it.
I won't.
Or you can show me the Wikipedia summary.
I will.
Great.
All right, thanks everyone.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.